Good morning everyone, welcome back to another vlog. Today it is Tuesday and we are going to be doing some things as far as campgrounds go. If you are new here, we are a full-time RV family. Our RV is here. I don't know how well you can see it through the windshield, but we had some problems at our previous campsite, and so I'm going to go over that a little bit and talk about leaving a horrible campsite, essentially. So yesterday was our first full day in our new campsite, which is only about 20 miles away from the old campsite, and that's because we were trying to do a stationary 6 to 12 month stay at a site in Florida. So the old campsite is Sunshine Holiday Daytona. And I am going to go ahead and we're heading over there because one, we haven't canceled our reservation yet. I've already talked to them about everything. I've talked to, it's 1,000 Trails, so I've talked to 1,000 Trails headquarters, everything like that. We are canceling starting on Sunday when we left, and we're getting a full refund for everything from that day forward that we've already paid for. So we're gonna go out there, I'm gonna talk to you about it, tell you about what happened, our experience with Sunshine Holiday Daytona, and yeah, so let's go. Alright guys, so this is where the entrance to the park is, where that red car is pulling out. So this is what it looks like. And we're gonna be turning in here, and then there's a decently long entryway here. So you kind of go past bunch of trees and the fence looks nice and everything. I mean, the entrance looks pretty nice to the park, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's not horrible either. But you'll see there's some tennis courts on the left, and then to the right, this little road down here is where the dumpsters are, and there's also some in the back. So there's some over there, there's some in the back, and then there's the playground, which online the pictures make it look absolutely fabulous. There's a whole piece of it missing. In the center there, it used to be like a little ship. And then the rest of it's starting to fall apart. So there was actually like exposed rusty nails and everything in it when my kids were playing on it. So we decided that we were not coming back to it. And then this right here is the office. All right, so I just stopped in there and I picked up our remaining mail that was left over. So that's what I got. So now let me show you around a little bit. So this side of the park that you see is all RVs. They're, you know, sometimes packed in here a little bit like sardines, but for the most part, it's just all RVs in here, and the pool is back there. Now, when you cut across here, it's a little bit different. Also, this is their propane tank filling area, which is unusable at the moment. So if you're stopping here, you cannot get any propane. So across here was the very first site we stayed at, and there's nobody on it right now. So it's after that little like orangish yellow car. That is the first site we stayed at, which didn't have the amenities that it was supposed to have. So this is site 212. There's exposed wires hanging out, and as you can see, it's just like gravel and dirt. It's supposed to be a paved patio. The internet was not working when we got there. It was just not good, and then they ended up having like 3 days worth of construction and we had to move. In front of us is the hub. Wow, was this place quite the adventure. The hub has nothing working for the most part. Every single washer and dryer in there was broken. The bathhouse is being renovated, so you can't get in there. They're now renovating all of that. But on this side of the park where we were is mostly mobile homes. So I'm gonna cut around the back here just to show you guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want it to sound like I have a thing against mobile homes, because that's not at all what this is. But on the other side of this red car is where our site was. So this site right here with nobody in it, that's where we were packed into. We were packed between the mobile home and that Class A. And as you come down here, you can see this is really, really, really tight. It's just all park models, all mobile homes. People are parking on the sides here. I mean, look at this. This is just, like there's somebody walking. I don't even know how I'm gonna get through here. Now there are some other models in the back here as well, but they're smaller ones. I think these are probably mostly 30 amp. Some of these don't even have sewer hookups. Sorry if the picture quality changes a little bit because I just had to switch over to my phone. My camera died, so I'm so sorry. But anyway, back here, this is all, like, this is not campground. And I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Like I said earlier, I don't want people to think that I have a thing against mobile homes or anything. I do not. I wouldn't have a problem living in one. However, I didn't sell my 1,800 square foot house and pay $50,000 in cash to be shoved in a residential community. I don't care if it's mobile homes. I don't care if it's big houses in a multi-million-dollar neighborhood. I did not spend and sell my residential house with the idea that I would be living outside in nature and in a campground to then be smushed into a tiny residential area. So that was a problem as well. Now on top of that, as I drive over this itty bitty little bridge, we had no internet for the duration of our stay. We stayed for about 3.5 weeks. We lost power for one of those days. We lost water for 2 of those days. And it just has not been a good experience. I feel like if they were to get this campground maintained a little bit better, then it would probably be pretty nice. But the fact that there's no washer and dryers at work, there's no bathhouse that's functional, there's no propane refills. We had to take our propane tanks to an off-site area to get our propane filled. The playground is incredibly dangerous for children with the rusted nails and all kinds of things hanging out. Boards, wooden beams were falling off of them. I mean, it was not safe at all, not even a little bit. And then the fact that they're charging people $700 to $800 a month to stay here, and they're packed in like sardines. It's tight, really, really tight. There's maybe only 10 to 12 feet between you and your neighbor, like where your RV is and then where your neighbor's RV is. Not even like between sites, just between 2 RVs before they touch each other. And if you're somebody like me with 5 slides, you're getting a little bit too close for comfort. So that was just a problem. You can't park your car in front of your RV if you're, 40 feet or so, 38 feet. You just can't get your car in there, especially if the people next to you have a car. If the people next to you have 2 cars, then whoa, you better watch out. So overall, it was just not a good experience. They overbooked the place, so they couldn't really help you as far as, getting you into a better spot. They did offer us a new spot, which was a 30 amp hookup or one that didn't have sewer. I was not about to take any of those because we do need 50 amp and we've got 5 people living in there. I need sewer, so we didn't take that as well. So unfortunately, we did end up leaving. Alrighty guys, so anyway, we're off the property now, sitting out here. But yeah, there were a lot of issues that we had with the campground. I really, really wanted to love it. I wouldn't have hated it so much had I been in the RV section of the park. Like I said, I didn't sell my house to be put into a residential area. I wanted to be with other campers, other RVs. That's kind of why we did this lifestyle. And the price that we were paying for the amenities that we were getting that were not functional was just outrageous at this point. I know that we're in Florida and it's winter, so I'm very grateful to have found something in Florida in the first place, and even more grateful that I was able to find a different area to go to that actually is much less than where we were at Sunshine Holiday Daytona. So I don't really ever have plans on going back to that RV park. I'm not going to recommend it to people. I feel like when it's fixed up, it's probably going to be fine, but with my experience, don't plan on going back. Don't have high reviews for it. The office staff, for the most part, was nice. Whenever I was really complaining and pushing back, they were not super happy with me, of course, as anybody probably wouldn't be. But they did try to fix things here and there. They did apologize for things that weren't working. They knew things weren't working. It just seems like management or whatever was just dropping the ball everywhere. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know why things weren't working. It doesn't make sense that if you have like 400 RVs that are paying $700 a month, that you should have 12 non-working washers and dryers. I don't know why you can't fix them as they're breaking. I don't know. It just seems like all the money was coming in and it was being hoarded, and then they weren't using any of that money for repairs or anything, because with the amount of RVs on that property, there's no reason that it should be in the condition that it's in. They have money coming in. It needs to be used to fix things. So that's kind of my review and my feelings towards this park. I don't recommend it. Maybe if somebody can update me in the future when things are fixed, that would be awesome. However, I know that there's a lot of very unhappy people there right now, and even one of my neighbors at the new park, the lady directly next to me, just left 7 days before we did for the exact same reason. So hopefully, if you've stayed there, or if you are going to be staying there, that you have had or will have a better experience than I had. Let me know what you guys think if you've stayed there or if you plan on staying there. Update me in the future if you're watching this 3 years from now or something like that. Update me. How is it? Maybe I'll stop back later and I'll just drive around it and see if it's any better. But for the most part, I don't have much high hopes for it. But I do cross my fingers and I do wish them well, and I do hope that the park improves. Yeah, that's kind of it. So give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
You can take me high, feels like I can fly. You can take me high.